Hey, it's me, MLB. Here we are with Chapter 7 of Touched. This one's titled Mum, Meet Hot Wings. My mum must be so confused right now, you said with a giggle. I told her I was out for dinner with a workmate and attached the photo and she sent back, "Honey, that's Hawks." He laughed. She's probably thinking, "That's definitely not a workmate." You both chuckled again, just as Natsuo returned with your meals. "That was quick," Hawks commented excitedly, his eyes locking onto the dish of chicken as it approached him. "Gotta look out for my best customers," Natsuo replied, giving you a wink as he put your dish down in front of you. "Again with the winking, why?" you thought. You smiled softly, and he turned to leave. So you picked up a piece of cutlery and dug into your dish. "How is it?" Hawks asked with a mouthful from across the table. "Amazing," you said with soft awe. "This is really good." "Told ya," he replied with a smirk as he continued to chew on his chicken. Just then he stopped and looked to his right, halting his chewing as he listened intently. "What is it?" you asked when you saw he was focused on something. He chewed, swallowed, and sighed as he stood up. "Sorry, give me a bit," he said as he pushed his hands into his pockets and strolled to the edge of the building, then crouched down as he folded his arms on his knees for balance. "Don't go anywhere, chicken, okay?" he called back over his shoulder as he glanced back at you. "Okay," you nodded, still a little confused as to what was going on. "I was meaning my food," he said with a straight face, then broke into a grin. "I'm kidding," he said with a light laugh. "I'll be back in a bit." And with that, he folded his wings in behind him and jumped off the building. Where on earth is he going, you wondered. Just then your dad sent you a message and you read it. "Watch out for Hawks," he had texted. "He's a hero. He might be looking for information from you about our family. Don't say anything." You sighed. Again with the paranoia. "But I get it, honestly. But I'm just sick of being so secretive." You didn't reply, just put your phone away. As you put it into your pocket, Natsuo came back to check on you both and was surprised to find Hawks gone. "Bird flew the coop?" he asked with a chuckle. He said he'd be back. I just don't know when," you said shyly as you looked down at your plate. "Yeah, I know he'll be back. He still has chicken to eat, and I know for a fact that he won't leave chicken uneaten," Natsuo said with a laugh. "If he ever leaves chicken uneaten, he's either sick or it's not Hawks." Just then Hawks returned, alighting on the rooftop lightly as he flapped his wings once, then tucked them behind himself. "Sorry, had to take care of a villain," Hawks said with a shrug. "Hero work is never ending, huh?" Natsuo commented. "Yeah," Hawks sighed as he sat back down. "You weren't cutting my grass while I was away, were you, bro?" Hawks jeered playfully, throwing you a wink. "Nah, man, bro code. I'd never do that," the greyish-white-haired waiter replied. "God, Hawks, why are you doing this to me?" you wailed internally. "I thought you said this wasn't a date, but it bloody feels like a date, and now you're sounding like a protective boyfriend." "Food's awesome as always," Hawks commented to Natsuo upon seeing you getting a little flustered about the conversation. "Thanks, I'll tell the chef," he said with a grin. "Okay, I'll leave you two be," he added as he turned and left. "Good guy," Hawks commented as he watched Natsuo leave. "Friendly," you commented softly. Hawks glanced at you. "Sorry I ran off like that. I wish I wasn't so high up on the hero ranking. Too much work. I just want a quiet life." "Man, I totally resonate with that," you thought excitedly. You were about to agree but stopped. "He doesn't know anything about my family history. Best I don't say anything." "So what's your quirk?" Hawks asked casually as he bit into another piece of chicken. "Me?" you squeaked in surprise. I don't know. I don't have one," you said as you avoided eye contact. Hawks hummed. "You don't have one? Or you don't want to tell me what it is?" he pried. You shook your head. "I don't have one," you mumbled. Hawks eyed you and you raised your head to make eye contact so that you would seem more convincing. He smiled at you. "Okay," he said, and went back to eating. He gave that up too quickly, you thought. "I'll try and find out what your quirk is on my own," he said happily. "Makes it more fun," he added a wink. "No, Hawks, don't do this." You looked back down at your food, your stomach churning nervously. You'd completely lost your appetite, but you forced yourself to keep eating so you didn't look suspicious. At the end of dinner, Hawks insisted on walking you home. You continued chatting as you walked, playing small getting-to-know-you games as you went. Hawks seemed really keen to get to know you, and you liked it, but at the same time your dad's voice was in the back of your head, saying, "Watch out for Hawks." "Favourite colour?" Hawks asked. You told him. "Birthday date?" he asked. You told him. "Quirk?" he asked. You paused. "Don't have one," you replied. He laughed. I almost got you, he said with a cheeky smile. I know you've got one, Yin. I'm determined to find out what it is. Why waste your time, though, you asked softly. I've already told you I'm quirkless. Mm-hmm, he hummed as he gave you the side-eye. We'll see. Before long, you were on the doorstep and he rang the doorbell. Thanks for tonight, chicken, he said with a smile. I enjoyed your company. Oh, thanks, you replied. Just then your mum answered the door. Oh, my stars, she gasped when she came face to face with Hawks. Goodness gracious, she added as she clutched her heart. Mum, he chuckled, calm down. Sorry, sweetheart, it's Hawks, she said, still staring at the handsome guy. Well, hello, Mrs., he said with his signature quirky smile. My apologies for bringing Yin home a little later than usual, he said. Oh, not at all, Hawks. I'm grateful that you're looking after her, she said happily, still awestruck that the hero was standing on her doorstep. She's a good girl, Hawks said as he smiled at you. Guys, please, you said with embarrassment. Hawks chuckled. She's a shy one, but I enjoy her company, he said truthfully. I'll take my leave now. See you tomorrow, Yin, he said as he stepped back and spread his wings before shooting straight up into the sky. Hawks, your mum squealed at you. Hawks brought you home? Yes, Mum, you said with a small laugh. Can you please stop fangirling over him? Your dad was the paranoid one, but your mum was a little more carefree. She obviously didn't see the issue with Hawks being the one to bring you home. Just then your dad appeared with a worried look etched on his face. Has he gone? He asked with concern. You nodded. Yin, you need to be careful. I don't trust him. You don't trust anyone, Dad, you replied quietly with a scowl. And there's good reason for it, Yin, he said sharply, his cold stare digging into you. And that's the end of Chapter 7. Stay tuned for Chapter 8.